well, alright guys, well, since I was going to show where we started with the beginning of the game, or when it's actually started, now we actually see the full screen, we'll start with this. At the end of the fight scenes, you will see a necromancer much like that guy on the screen now. And also, I'll go on and on about saying stuff right towards the end. Please do listen to it. It'll explain why I'm doing this without music. And I'll explain it more in contents now, as I said in it technically at the end of this video. But still, I want you to listen to a whole thing so you actually understand. And also watch the video and enjoy the content. So, before this happened, and in a foresight of me needing to do more dungeons of this, I took liberty of playing 2 or 3 games, mini games of this, and getting my guys fully back. And in that process, I drained their hate or their malice that they have on them, which is a white and like gray bar towards the bottom of the health bar. After I did that, and I started this dungeon. So that basically is why we're going through a dungeon now with this particular team, which you know is mainly my main team. It's only one character down, but I have to make sure it's well-rounded, so it has to be like this. And also, I want to also apologize for the fact that I haven't been exactly up and on it as far as some of my videos because of the fact that the holidays passed. And I also hope all of you guys had a good New Year's and Christmas. And since I missed it, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, all that good stuff. I also am basically going through a little bit of a thing. And that's me personally, nothing more. But the reason behind me recording with a narrator and everything else is because I wanted to make sure that you understand of how I did this and what type of things I actually did. So if you started off like me as a new person, what you have to expect to do. And even though I'm probably not going to beat the game with this team, and I'm not a pro like some other streamers out there and everything else, and I'll admit that, I also want to point out that I did research on this game, and I'm not afraid to admit it, but with everything going how it is going, here's how I did to get to this point in a game, because most people who play this game just to wing it probably won't make it up to week 14 or 13 or 15 like I am now. So I've made it up to week 14 by giving my guys breaks in between, trying to play with new teams, switching out here and there people, rotating a few of people, and also sacrificing a lot of people in the beginning. I honestly hadn't had a team up until like week 6 or 7 until I actually like picked a team and said, okay, I have enough gold. Because the gold in this game only comes per mission. As in, like, you don't get money in real life unless you go per job. If you have more than one job, then you do 2 jobs, so job per job, and then you get paid at the end of the week. It's something like this here. You don't get paid in a game until at least you do mission per mission and collect all your stuff and everything else. So the only way I can actually complete this would be, and to get as far as I want to get, will be with me making here and there sacrifices by going to missions, exiting them because of my, I'll call it rest, for example, since we're comparing them like basically everyday people with these guys, and letting them rest to go on to their next duties. But I'm sorry, I have things, but when I finally realized I had to get my guys up to par to make sure they get to where they need to get to, you know, yes, one of them do die at the end. I'm not gonna say which one, I'm not gonna be a spoiler. You will see that, well, I made an exception in that. I am upset about it. I don't like it, as I would say also in the end of the video. But I made it past this level without going back on it. If it was any other mission, and it wasn't like one of those important things, like a mini boss fight, I would probably not done it. I probably would pull out. No pun intended. And also, I would have probably not stayed in as long as I did because of a hate bar that happened towards the end of a mission, and also how fast my light burned. So, with all of those things involved, I also would like to push a point of that I've played many other games. I am a gamer. I do other things besides this. So if you're looking for my videos or anything like that, and you don't see something like one day or 2 days or something like that, it's not because I'm not trying to make them. I am trying to make them. I do have stuff to do. I figured that this video in particular would be better without music because I felt like I needed to explain myself because of the fact that we had about a 3 to 4 week period, maybe even a little longer than that, with me not able to actually record. And every time I did try and record, like I also would say towards the end of the video, I died and I had to like retry this. And this saves automatically at the end of each mission and everything else, so it's not like I can actually reload from where I left off last time. So you'll basically see my resolve of what I have. And you might have seen it over time, but in the long and short of it, this is my team. This is what I'm probably going to be stuck with. If, for some reason, I can't do it, like I said, you can reach out to me. My email is there. My Twitch account's there. My YouTube channel's here. My email. And if I don't, I know I said my Twitch, but like, I have Instagram. I mean, I have so many things you can reach out for me and try and grab me along the way. I do have a game I'm playing right now, and it's on the side of this. I have another game that I play on the side of this, what I don't record because I don't have enough content to actually record off of it. But I really want to push the fact that if you guys want to see something else, give me a point in which game. Give me some ideas. I mean, this is really meant not for myself. It's meant for you guys. Because if I was trying to do this, I'll probably be streaming and not recording. Recorders, as far as my point of view, do not make as much as streamers. And to push it even farther, this is not really like a job for me. This is just something I do as a hobby. So it's very important that you guys like it. And if you don't like it, then it's a waste of my time. It's kind of a waste of your time because you'll be looking at it for like a minute or two. And that's not what we want. So I'll start narrate the game so you can have a better idea of what's going on at what point in times. But I just felt like I needed to explain myself, like I said earlier. So thanks for listening to all my blabber and everything. I appreciate it. But now let's get into a gameplay. So, for the people that don't know, this game is called The Darkest Dungeon. I've basically been playing it off and on for some time. I've been watching, looking, and all this other nonsense for quite a while to see where I need to go with it. And this is probably my most, well, this is my best run I've ever done so far. And a reason it's my best run is probably because I have some compelling reasons behind me of to actually try and be serious about it, be smart about it, and to actually like know what I'm doing now. And that's you guys, so thank you. But the plague doctor, who is in the white mask and a hoodie, he's my poison guy. I'm gonna call him Beastmaster, who's in the back of my main guy in front. He's my bleed guy. And then in my tank. My tank is the one I just got hit. Now, my tank is also my damage doer, which is not really meant for me per se to be good on. I mean, I normally have 2 damage doers in it, not like dots on dots and dots. But, I mean, dots are just as powerful as damage sometimes, so it's worth it. And then in this dungeon, without me knowing, it actually was quite good and I had it, as you'll see later. And then my healer is also that guy in back with like a little wrap around his head and a skull and candle. He's my healer. But basically my whole team, besides one guy, can kind of heal himself. So it wasn't that huge that I needed to focus on. But to do my damage, I needed to kind of focus on all heals. It'd be like a party group thing. The black, I'm gonna say, scribble that you see above the head just now was a hate thing or torment thing. That was a white and gray bar below the health. The health bar is the red line. The white is basically his will, and his will basically prevents him from using hopelessness or a bunch of like little doohickeys that goes with the hate and malice and all this other stuff. That's a white bar. So will's very important in this game. But the green dot on that looks like a blood drop is poison. The red dot that looks like a blood drop is bleeding. Pretty self-explanatory on that one. Now these are all skeletons and undeads that were in this dungeon. You will see other things like maggots and a whole bunch of other creatures in this game. The top, where you see like a little like number 1 and like a tiny bit of a flame going, that's technically my light. My light is measured in like how long I have until it hits blackness, and when it hits blackness, it's basically just all our will that I would have on these guys would just like go to like nothing and just be completely like they'll basically kill themselves because of it. So it's very important that bar actually stays within halfway, if not a little higher, but still to a point of a almost full margin. Right now I'm playing it a little low, but it's okay because I still have light. But if you see me stop every now and then, like do a torch, the torch actually adds to that margin, so I can stay in the dungeon longer. Then there's food supplies that you have to worry about. You have to keep on feeding your guys, everything else. Now I always basically buy out torches and food. You know, I might not need all of it. It's still better to have it so I can use it than to run out and have to retreat because you're out of food and everything. As far as the numbers, I'm not exactly 100% sure of what they do, so I can't really tell you what the number like 1 and 4 and everything else is. But I'm sure there's a reason. as far as my strategy behind this, I don't really have a strategy, to be honest with you guys. I mean, I play what I think would be a best way to survive. If there was ever a strategy behind my method of what I'm doing, it'll be always have a tank, always have a healer, and always have DPS. Just like any MMO, any dungeon crawler. I should say any dungeon crawler, because some dungeon crawlers like Diablo don't really have healers, but I mean, any real actual dungeon game you would play with multiple people, you would have a healer. So it goes basically on my MMO logic. Like, you won't go into a fight without like somebody there in case something happens. So I mean, it's really just common sense if you really break it down. The dog applies bleed. The actual guy doesn't really do that much. He just like, later on you'll see he swats a stick and like stuns them. Pretty like whatever. You'll see me get rid of 1 or 2 things, but most of the times I'll keep most of it, so it's not like a big thing. And as we get closer to the end of a dungeon, it actually becomes harder and harder because of the fact that I need to keep my guys healed. You know, it looks like I do a pretty good job. It actually is pretty hard towards sometimes. And I can't always, well, have my guys to what I want. Is like you'll see in the infight, it would just be constantly like fighting me because of their hate or malice. Like right now, and this is what I was talking about earlier. Like right now, towards the end, it actually affected it a lot, and it's just gonna do more and more. That was a good swing. That was a good poison. I mean, if you actually fought everything in a decent meta, you'll be fine throughout the dungeon. So I mean, right now I'm doing pretty good. This was just a dungeon and not a necromancer thingy, who you will see soon. I would have probably made it with an A if I was to grade my performance. But since he showed up, and like I said, I'm not gonna say who I lost somebody. I'll probably give myself, towards the end of it, I'm gonna say C, because I probably could have saved him. I probably made some mistakes, which not known, and until I actually watched the video myself, I really couldn't tell you what it is. So if I figure it out during this watch, because I'm actually doing a whole narrating through this whole video, I'll let you know. But I'm not gonna talk during a necromancer fight for the fact that I actually want you to pay attention to the fight. So if you play this later, you might be able to pick up some like ideas and strategies of your own. Because right now, this is white trash. I mean, there's literally not anything you can actually do to like mess up that much on this guy. I mean, in every dungeon there's like a mini boss, a boss, and like an actual like fight. But these, I mean, you can be like level 1 and fight these things, and they're not gonna do that much to you. So I mean, this is really not a big thing. As far as this video, no, I'm going actually a little bit faster than normal. This is at 1.25 speed, so you're not seeing it at its normal 1% speed. So I will say that it goes a teeny faster than you would actually think. It's not a normal speed, so keep that in mind too. This whole video, if I didn't shorten it, would be about an hour long. So I'm actually doing this for your performance, and like, I should say for your own viewing purposes, so you're not here your whole day to watch this. But yeah, as far as this whole thing goes now, like, see, there's a spider. I mean, it's pretty self-like thing. I dispatched this mob pretty quick actually, so and there's no real worries. But there's really not a lot to it. we're almost to a necromancer fight, so I'm gonna basically say my piece with it. I think we're gonna have like one, maybe two more rooms to do, and that's gonna go by pretty quick because there's not gonna be that much in it. So, guys, once again, as I'm saying at the end of this thing, thanks for watching. Thanks for uploading my blabber. I did kind of go on a rant here. I know you're not here to listen to that, but I do want to kind of apologize to you guys for not being on more with this and me sort of slacking after Christmas and towards the new year. But if you want to reach out for me by all means. I would love to see posts on Instagram or one of my emails by a surprise guy and that wants to like talk and have a good time. I do have a Discord. If you guys actually do reach out for me and you actually really do want to talk to me and see what I'm actually like, I'll give you my Discord link. Besides that, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the clip. We're almost to a necromancer fight. I hope you like the rest of the show, and see you next time.
Alright guys, well, that blew. I lost one of my guys to the whatchamacallit. I actually did, if you didn't realize, my character's stats through 2 make-believe runs. So I went in as far as I could, get as many supplies as I can to get my money back, and then my guys went through their heals, but sadly I lost one of my number 2s, and that's gonna hurt in the long run. So, not horrible, but not great either. I'm glad I got most of my guys through it. You know, I did sacrifice one of them, sadly. Another one I wanted. I'm actually going back to town now. Number 3. Alright. See, that's my number 2 that died. That guy's almost 3. He should be good. I was pretty pissed throughout most of that dungeon because of the fact that, my main tank right now is, like, missing a lot, and I'm really pissed because I probably could have saved one of my guys if he didn't miss. And that's my guy and I lost, which was number 2. So, shit happens, but okay. I defeated a necromancer, so another one's done. As for that moment, I said I'm done for today. I'm probably not gonna add music to this video for many reasons, so I'm sorry for music, but this one I'm gonna go bland. I'm probably gonna have a starting, and that's about it. Because for 2 reasons. One is I can't let this continue on for much longer. And 2 is because, well, I just cannot let this game have too much of a say in it, for the fact that I gotta stop and actually get farther into it. I also lost a lot of time because every time I tried to record, I died and lost 1 or 2 of my members. So, in many ways, I'll explain it probably as the videos go on to you and how it works, because I'm probably going to narrate in this video, just like explain everything that happened, so you guys can be caught up. So I'm not going to waste any more time here. I'll catch you on a flip. Chop 5000. Out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you like this video, hit a follow up, subscribe button on the bottom. And I also have Instagram, so if you don't want to freaking do whatever, or follow on that one because you think it's something silly, do me at least one favor and follow me on Instagram. I do have it. And there's links in my Twitch account and some other places, so definitely look that up. Thanks for watching again. I'll see you later.